Hi, my name is Joshua from Tag. Welcome back again to my channel. In today's video, we would learn more on how to access the elements of a matrix using a character vector. So in our last video, what we did was doing the same thing but using a logical vector. And so I still have a code for the matrix that was used for the last video. So if I run this on the global environment, met is created. So I could print met and I have the result on the console. So let's just refresh our memory by going through what we did in the last video. So what we did in the last video was using the logical vector. So I could say square bracket and then I have true, false. So let me leave the condition for the column empty so we could really understand clearly what we treated last in the previous video on the concept of recycling. So if I run this, you would understand why we have it as true and false, and then why we still yet have two rows. So what is happening is still that same concept of recycling. So what arrow is doing here is that we specify that we want row 1, that is why we put true, but for row 2 we put false because we don't want it. So automatically it printed out row 3 for us. It printed out row 3, and what it does, it's just the concept of recycling. So this is true, false, the next is going to be true, false, true, false, etc. So I left this one empty so we can easily see the effect. So the final example I'm going to do before I move away is to also say met. Okay, I will just treat two more examples. Is to say met and leave the condition for the row empty and say column I want it to be false and true. So if you run this, it's just gonna bring just the second column for the entire row, because it also performs recycling, but it has no effect because after true the recycling starts taking effect, and after true we have false. So it means invariably we are just interested in the second column for all the rows. So having done this, we just want to look at how you can index a matrix using a character vector. So before we do that, we need to go back to the same concept I introduced us to using the function conames. So I'm going to say conames. So we need to give a name to the matrix met, and I have the understanding that it's of 3 columns, so I'm giving names to the columns, so it's definitely going to be 3 names. So this is AC, as we did in the previous video. This is BC, and the last is CC. So if I run this and I print met, so you could see there is a name now given to the column. So how do we index using character vector? So met, and I want it all the rows, but I'm just interested in AC, which is the first column. So if I run this, I will have the result 471. So if I say met, interested in the second one, which is BC, I could say BC, and then I have it. So if I'm interested, I could say met. I'm interested in 2 of them, like first column and second column, which is with the name AC and BC. So I could say AC, BC, and then we have the first and the second column. So it's possible you can combine this even with the integer vector. So I can say this met, and I can say for row 2 and 3, give me columns with the name AC and BC. So you could see we have the result. It just printed it out for row 2 and 3 and columns that has AC and BC. So this is one very interesting thing again, and this is happening because we are dealing with a matrix. If it is that it is in a data frame format, which I will still introduce us to data frame. I'm taking it bit by bit, and I want us to get to a point that we could do virtually anything. I mean, or if you see any kind of code, we can easily interpret it in R. So thank you very much for your time, and thank you for choosing to learn R with me. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, and for those that are yet to subscribe, please kindly do so now. And new viewers, please subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell to always have the first-hand information on my new videos. God bless you. Have a great day. Bye bye.